Right, guys, welcome to the next live stream. It is the Brumbies up against the Highlanders from the GIO Stadium. This is the game that matters the most as we quickly have a look at the current standings in Super Rugby Trans-Tasman. The Hurricanes now on top with 21 points, but the Highlanders can overtake them today if they win this game. They could end up going up to 22. But the Brumbies will be looking to spoil the Highlanders party here today as they will be looking to get back-to-back victories against the New Zealand franchises today. It's going to be a cracking game, big occasion. Can the Highlanders do this? Can they almost immediately eliminate the Crusaders as contenders here today, as they need that 5 points plus a good winning margin if they want to stop the Crusaders from overtaking them tomorrow? Let's quickly have a look at the lineups for these teams. For the Brumbies, we've got Tom Banks, Tom Wright, Ikitoa, Ira Simoni, Mac Hansen, Bailey Kuzeli, and Nick White. Then in the forwards, we've got Henry Stowers, Rory Scott, Rob Valentini, Nick Frost, Darcy Swine, Alan Aotearoa, Lakeland Lonergan, and Scott Seo. Then for the Highlanders, we have Josh Ioane, Seo Tompkinson, Michael Collins, Scott Gregory, Jonah Nareki, Mitch Hunt, Aaron Smith. Then in the forwards, we've got Kazuki Himeno, Billy Harmon, Hugh Renton, Paddy Parkinson, Brian Evans, Siati Tokalai, Ash Dixon, and Ethan de Groot. So on the bench then for the Brumbies, we've got Billy Pollard, Harry Lloyd, Tom Ross, Tom Hooper, Luke Reimer, Ryan Lonergan, Rijan Pasitoa, and Solomona Kata on the bench. Then for the Highlanders, Liam Goldman, Aidan Johnson, Josh Hodneck, Josh Dixon, James Lenke, Skane Hamilton, Sam Gilbert, and Thierry Ben Nicholas. So we're in for a great game to come on. The players have all run onto the field, and we should be ready to rumble in this game real soon. So let's take the standings away. We all now know what this is all about. The referee for today, Mike Fraser, TMO Brett Cronin. It's going to be a cracker of a game. So let's get into this game. It is going to be kicked off by Nick White for this very important Trans-Tasman clash. Can the Highlanders get the full points here today, or can the Brumbies get back-to-back victories against the New Zealand franchises? Almost immediately kicked downfield from that kickoff and not into touch, and here they come. Tom Banks, out it goes to Kuzeli on the 10-meter line. He's going to run it to just over the 10-meter line. Nick White in possession, goes with a little kick over the top, finds space there at the back, beautifully into touch. Josh Ioane found slacking there at the back. Scrum to the Highlanders inside their own 22, 5 meters inside. Right, so Otis Murray says, up the Highlanders. Ashton says, let's go Brumbies. And then Highlanders need bonus point. Absolutely. Very vital that they get this. Ash Dixon with the first throw in to this line out. 2 in a row, says Ashton. Let's see if they can do this today. Right, the throw in goes out to Aaron Smith under a bit of pressure, but gets the pass out to Nareki, who thumps it downfield. Not going to go into touch, though, and into the hands of right there to Tom Banks. Now a chance here for Tom Banks. Runs it up to round about the 10-meter line inside their own half. Nick White changes direction to Kuzeli. Kuzeli throws a little dummy over the 10-meter line. He goes under pressure. Penalty to the Highlanders early on, and as it is Renton who wins the penalty for the Highlanders after just 1.5 minutes in this game. Big moments in this game will determine the outcome here. Gary Bevan says, morning, mate. How's it going, Gary? Hope you're going to join us for this live stream today. Otis Murray says the Highlanders will choke, though. Well, I get this feeling that the Highlanders might not choke today. I think they will, as always, the New Zealand teams will come out and do the magic today and get the full 5 lock points. But that's just my thought, guys. What are your thoughts? Can the Highlanders do it, or will the Brumbies get a second over the All Black franchises? It is a line out, 5 meters out from the try line. Ash Dixon to throw this ball in for the Highlanders. 49 times they don't score, and the other 49 times they do get a try and conversion when they visit the 22 of the opposition. Let's see where this one is going to go. Ash Dixon immediately to Paddy Parkinson off the back now. The maul has been formed. Great counter maul from the Brumbies, and into touch goes the Highlanders. Great defensive maul from the Brumbies. Great skill there, and into touch goes the Highlanders. Not what the Highlanders would have wanted there. Otis Murray says, I'm a Highlander fan though, so I'm very biased. Well, that's fair enough, Otis. Let's see if the Highlanders can do this today. It is going to be a line-out throw now for Lakeland Lonergan for the Brumbies. On the 5-meter line, throw in is beautifully taken there by Nick Frost. Out it goes to Nick White. Valentini charging his way up about 10 meters out from their own try line. Nick White waiting for the ball at the back of that ruck. He puts it to the air, and it's going to find touch roundabout between the 10 and the 22 of the Brumbies. Highlanders throw in. Throw in coming now for the Highlanders. Ash Dixon will throw this in for them. They've got such a potent backline as this Highlanders side, and expect them to really try and bash it up, especially with the likes of Tompkinson and Michael Collins and Scott Gregory. Nareki is a strong runner as well. And although the forwards are really good, I think their most valuable assets are in the back line. Taken by Paddy Parkinson off the back again. Now Renton gets the pass out to Billy Harmon. And a little knock on there from the Highlanders. So it's going to be scrum down to the Brumbies. Roundabout on the same position as the line-out was taken between the 10 and the 22-meter line. So, unfortunately, Renton knocking it on there as he tried to get the ball back. So, again, great defense from the Brumbies, just disrupting the Highlanders at all costs very early on in this game. Right, scrum down to the Brumbies. They also pack down a very good attacking backline in the likes of Vera Simone, Ikitoa, Tom Wright, and Tom Banks. Solomon Akata today on the bench for the Brumbies as we see this first scrum being reset again. A big battle between Tokalai and the likes of Scott Seo and Alan Aotearoa. And then also a great opportunity for Ethan de Groot to show what he can do. Otis Murray says Nareki is my favorite. So out of this whole backline of the Highlanders, I must say definitely Nareki for me is one of the guys that can get the call up to the All Blacks for sure. And then also I'm a big fan of Scott Gregory as well. Right, scrum feed to Nick White for the Brumbies off the back. Solid scrum this time round. Now Nick White, out it goes to Tom Wright, straightening the line, gets the little offload to Irasimoni up to halfway. Needs support now. Will it come back? Nick White caught behind the advantage line there. Billy Harmon doing really well there, but they managed to get it back as the Brumbies now. Scott Seo at scrum off. Valentini knocks it on, and a chance now for the Highlanders. Aaron Smith, out it goes to Michael Collins, puts it to the boot. The chase is on from Tompkinson, but the touchline wins, and it's going to be a line out to the Brumbies, 5 meters out from their own 22. So very sloppy start from both sides so far. Plenty of little knock-ons, but we saw a great breakaway there from Tom Wright to Irasimoni, and it just shows how potent this Brumbies side can be. Throw in Lakeland Lonergan, gets Nick Frost in the lineup, going forward really strong as the Brumbies now with that driving maul. Nick White is waiting for that ball to come out at the back of that maul. It is going to go down, and it's going to be a scrum down to the Highlanders. The Brumbies taking too long to get that ball out, and an attacking scrum now coming up for the Highlanders, 5 meters out from the 22 of the Brumbies. Otis Murray says, let's get this to 5 likes. Come on, guys, press that like button. And if you're new, press that subscribe button as well. Opportunity early on now for the Highlanders, 5 meters out from the 22. It is going to be a scrum down to them, and Aaron Smith to feed this to the scrum. Ethan de Groot looked really solid in that first scrum, along with Tokalai. Ash Dixon, probably one of the most underrated hookers in New Zealand rugby at the moment. We've seen him done service for the New Zealand Maoris plenty of times before, but just unable to knock on that New Zealand door for the hooker position. Scrum down now, Aaron Smith to feed this for them. It is going forward, but the referee's going to reset the scrum again. So looking at the back three of the Brumbies, you got the likes of Henry Stowers, Rory Scott, and Rob Valentini, who will definitely try to bash things up through the middle today and try and steal a few balls off this Highlands side if you compare it to Kazuki Himeno, Billy Harmon, and Hugh Renton. But a very formidable pack of forwards from both sides. And it's going to be interesting to see who wins the scrum battle as this game progresses. Otis Murray says Coltman crap. So Ash Dixon keeping Coltman out of that lineup anyway. And like I said, I think Ash Dixon probably very underrated in this Highlanders side. The lock forwards for this game, Nick Frost and Darcy Swine, has been solid for the Brumbies, along with the challenge from Parry Parkinson and Brian Evans today will be a mouth-watering occasion as well. So we will have that scrum reset now for the Highlanders. About between the 10 and the 22, they got the scrum feed. Right, Aaron Smith to feed this. This is looking much better off the back now. Aaron Smith, out it goes to Theo Tompkinson, who takes it up 5 meters out from the 22. Now Aaron Smith again. Change of direction now. Here they come again. It's Josh Ioane, caught a little bit behind the advantage line, going backwards. Now they do set it up again. Is Aaron Smith now waiting for the ball. Gives it out to Parry Parkinson. Opportunity here. It might be a steal for Henry Stowers. The Brumbies getting the penalty 5 meters out from their own 22. Great work from Henry Stowers. And we just spoke about it just a little bit earlier, how this back three of the Brumbies side could cause problems for the Highlanders at the breakdown. And we see the very first one there. Now Tom Banks with the kick downfield to get some relief for this Brumbies side, as we've had 10 minutes in this first half. Both teams not really attacking with full throttle just yet. So hopefully we'll see this game open up a little bit as the game progresses. But so far it's been a battle of the forwards. Throwing from Lakeland Lonergan on halfway now. Nick White gives it to Kuzeli. Kuzeli straightens the line and he knocks it on in the process now. Gregory's got it. Out to Aaron Smith, who puts it on the bird, but straight into the hands of Tom Wright. But the referee says, no, we're going to come back for that knock on. So scrum down to the Highlanders, roundabout on the 10-meter line inside their own half. 10 minutes gone in this first half. We've seen plenty of errors so far, but Kuzeli is looking really good at fly-off for this Brumbies side. Looking eager to take it over the advantage line and not afraid to take it up himself. Disappointing from Kuzeli there, knocking that ball on, unfortunately. But between him and Lolasia, I think both fly-offs are pretty good, but Lolasia not playing today as he is down injured for this Brumbies side at the moment. Right, 10.5 minutes gone, no score just yet. It is going to be a scrum down now to the Highlanders, roundabout on the 10-meter line. Billy Harmon, Hugh Renton, and Kazuki Himeno, the back three of this Highlanders side. Can they loosen up this game a little bit for them? Aaron Smith waiting on the back of that scrum, goes to the right side, still sniping. Oh, beats one or two defenders, still going is Aaron Smith. Still going up to the 10-meter line now. Needs quick recycle ball now as the Highlanders. It is the fly off. Mitch Hunt has got it at the back now. Gregory puts it to the Burtis Collins. And it's going to run inside the 22. Now Tom Banks, he's under pressure from Nareki. Gets the pass away to the number 11, Mac Hansen. And Nick White can now clear this ball for the Brumbies. Kicks it downfield and finds touch beautifully on halfway. Great kick from Nick White there, relieving all the pressure in a split second for this Brumbies side. But what a little run from Aaron Smith, breaking 3 defenders, brought down by Nick White eventually. And then the ball went out to the left, kicked forward by Michael Collins. And then a brilliant clearance kick from Nick White, finding touch on halfway. Right, 12 minutes gone in this first half, guys. So there's going to be a throw in now to the Brumbies as Mac Hansen received a little bit of attention there after he got caught in the tackle there by Nareki. Ash Dixon with the throw in on halfway now for the Highlanders. Finds Hugh Renton. The maul has been formed now at the back here on halfway. Ash Dixon controlling into the back of the small. Going forward at a good pace is the Highlanders now. It is Aaron Smith now. Got the ball. Mitch Hunt with a little kick forward. Chased by Michael Collins, but into the hands of Ira Simoni, who thumps this downfield and into space as well. Joshua had been caught at the back of that, not getting back quick enough. But now he's got it, and it's going to be kicked forward by Nareki, who's going to find touch. Let's see, roundabout on between the 10 and halfway inside Highlanders half. So a lot of kicking, lots of errors in this opening 13 minutes of this game. Achilles says, am I late? They have to start. It's about 13 minutes in. A notification only came now, says Achilles. Brumbies for the win. I think the Highlanders might just pull off a big win here today. Nick Frost takes it at the back of that scrum, gives it out to Valentini, bashes it up to the 10-meter line. Nick White waiting for the ball, gives it out to Scott Sear. Another loop around from Nick White out to Tom Wright. This time, good defense from the Highlanders. Roundabout on the 10-meter line inside their own half. Now, here comes the Brumbies against Scott Sear. Nick White, Kuzelli, out it goes to Ira Simoni. Now it's Ikitoa. Ikitoa breaking free back inside to Valentini. Over the 22-meter line they go now. Quick ball required for the Brumbies. Comes back to Nick White. Now it's Ira Simoni. Ira Simoni still going. Now it's Mac Hansen. Steps back inside about 10 meters out. Gets the offload to Lakeland Lonergan. 5 meters out now. Nick White waiting for the ball. Comes back quickly. Valentini bashes his way up. 1 meter short now is the Brumbies. Quick ball needed now. Nick White gets it out to Ira Simoni. Offload to Ikitoa and into the corner. They get the try. Try time to the Brumbies. And what a passage of play from them. Getting that try in the corner. What a start for the Brumbies. Achilles says, I hope you're wrong, Guru. And then Otis Murray, now Highlanders bonus point win plus Blues lose tomorrow. Well, Otis, you've got to hope for the Brumbies or for the Blues to lose. But I can tell you one thing. This Brumbies side is up for the challenge tonight. Great try from Ikitoa. And just quick hands from Ira Simoni to Ikitoa and in the corner. Great try from the Brumbies. Good start. It all started with a great breakaway from Ikitoa there. And they just finished it off beautifully. Xavier Brown says, I hope Rebels win tomorrow against the Crusaders. That's going to be a tough one. Ashton says, yeah. Otis says, I'm a Highlanders fan. So great start after 15 minutes for this Brumbies side. Kuzelli is going to attempt this conversion right in the left-hand corner of the rugby field. He's going to have a shot here, and hopefully he can get this for the Brumbies as well. We've seen Lodisia missing a couple from this angle a while back. Right. 16 minutes gone in this first half. Kuzelli with the attempt for the conversion. And that is horribly to the right of the post. So also a comment coming in. Otis Murray says Crusaders losing. That's going to be a tough one. Right, so 5 points. The Brumbies lead after 16 minutes of play. And it's all up now to the Highlanders to try and come back into this game. Restart's going to come now from Mitch Hunt here for the Highlanders. Great start for the Brumbies in this game. Mitch Hunt with a long kick in is going to go and find Mac Hansen. Mac Hansen steps one, still going up to just over the 22-meter line. Nick White waiting for the ball. Now it goes out to Henry Stowers. Good defense from the Highlanders. Still about 2 meters out from outside their own 22. The Brumbies now. Nick White controlling it at the back of this ruck for them. He is going to go with the box kick over the top. Who's chasing this horrible kick from him? And nobody really wanted that. Mac Hansen kicks it forward, but a penalty to the Highlanders. The Brumbies offside from that kick. And a chance now for the Highlanders to kick this to the corner. Expect them to try and hit back almost immediately. 17 minutes gone in this first half. 5-0 to the Brumbies. Achilles says, Crusaders losing to the Rebels is like saying a lion would lose against a pigeon. And Otis Murray says, yeah. But now, do remember, Achilles, the Rebels have somehow found it in the past that to be really difficult opposition for the Crusaders side. And on the day, they could cause some problems for the Crusaders. And the fact that the Crusaders already lost 2 bonus points by not outscoring their opposition, we could see a bit more of the same in that game against the Rebels. But I do expect the Crusaders, being as brilliant as they are, to really come out tomorrow and thump the Rebels side as well. Ash Dixon with the throw in, finds Barry Parkinson at the back of that maul now. Ash Dixon controlling it. The maul is going sideways at the moment. Nick Frost got hands on Ash Dixon there, but it's still going forward. Now Aaron Smith waiting for it. It's gone backwards from Aaron Smith. Under pressure from Leighton Lonergan. And it is Scott Gregory who straightens the line for the for the Highlanders. 2 meters out now. Oh, penalty coming up for the Highlanders. Alan Aotearoa taking out Aaron Smith there at ruck time. But still 5 meters out, the Highlanders now. Aaron Smith waiting for that ball. 18 minutes gone in this first half. Puts the head down as the Highlanders still 5 meters out. Will it come back for the Highlanders? Yes, it will. But not quick enough as the penalty is awarded to the Highlanders. Round about 15 meters out from the right-hand touchline. 5 meters out from the try line. Alan Aotearoa, the guilty party there, and Mitch Hunt will just thump this into touch now for the Highlanders. 19 minutes gone in this first half. Achilles says, only New Zealand squad I would support is the Blues in most cases, and Crusaders only once in a blue moon. Yeah, so I'm also a big Blues supporter, but I am backing the Highlanders to win this game. I don't want the Crusaders in that final next weekend. It's time that we see a different champion apart from just the Crusaders. Right, so Ash Dixon with this throw into the lineup. Will the Highlanders manage to set up a try this time round? Ash Dixon taking his time with cleaning that ball. It is a really cold night in Canberra, as it was said beforehand. So let's see now. 5 meters out. Line out coming. Taken off the back there by the Highlanders, now driving forward again through the maul. Can they get a try from here? It's going sideways at the moment. Now it's splitting. It's going forward now. Ash Dixon, surely he's got a score. And Ash Dixon is over on a 20-minute mark here for the Highlanders. 5-all with conversion to come. So the Brumbies unable to hold out. And the Highlanders do get their first try of the game. Otis Murray says, my dad's a Crusaders fan, and then my favorite team in each country says Achilles. Otis Murray, Crusaders will always find a way to complain. Well, the Crusaders aren't champions for no reason. They are definitely a quality side, but really hoping that we could see somebody else lifting a trophy in New Zealand rugby for a change. But a great try there from the Highlanders coming back into this game now after 20 minutes of play. Mitch Hunt with the conversion attempt to come. Should be an easy one for him. Right, he's lighting it up and over it goes. So 7 points to 5. The Highlanders now leading after 21 minutes in this game. Tries by both sides so far. Ikitoa scoring for the Brumbies, and now Ash Dixon driving his way over the try line for the Highlanders. 7 points to 5, 21 minutes gone. Restart from Nick White now, goes long and deep. Collected by Mitch Hunt, 10 meters out from his own try line. Kicks it downfield and it's going to find touch. Roundabout on, well, between the 22 and 10 meter line inside Highlanders half. Opportunity for the Brumbies. They'll probably try and set up a maul here, drive it a little bit forward, and then try and send away the Spoten back line. Or expect Valentini to smash this up. Taken by Nick Frost. Now comes to Nick White. Out it goes Kuzelli. And Valentini smashes it up. There we go. Nick White with a little box kick over the top. There's into space here. They let it bounce. And there's this trouble for the Highlanders. Josh Ioane has managed to get this. Nareki with a little kick over the top as well, chasing his own kick. Nick White got back for it. Now Tom Wright. Tom Wright puts a little dab ahead as well. Josh Ioane under pressure here, 5 meters out from his own try line. Beats Tom Wright to the tackle and puts it into touch for the Highlanders. And that's a brilliant, well, it's not going to find touch. It's into the hands of Mac Hansen right on the 22 inside Brumbies half. He's going to kick it and he's going to find touch on the 10-meter line inside their own half. Well, 22 and a half minutes gone. Let's quickly go through the comment sections again. Oda says Highlanders have best forwards. And then Achilles says, I missed the Bulls squad between 2006 and 2011 when they beat the Chiefs with more than 60 points. Achilles in Super 14, we beat 3 out of 5 seasons. Chiefs were bad then, says Otis Murray. And Achilles then it was Super 15. Otis, no, they were not. They made the final. How can they be bad? And then Otis Murray says 60 points is bad. If that team win, you guys will say, yeah, that's the best. Right, so now the Highlanders on the attack here. Scott Gregory taking up 5 meters outside the 22 now. Aaron Smith. Out it goes to Michael Collins to the boot again. Find space in the back, and it's going to be a line out to the Brumbies. 5 meters out from their own try line. So Michael Collins going to the boot about 3 out of 4 times so far. Just putting those little kicks in behind at the moment. Right, line out from Leighton Lonergan now. 5 meters out from the try line. Can the Brumbies counter this with a good defensive line out? Oh, it's beautifully contested there by the Highlanders. Barry Parkinson putting pressure on the Brumbies. And the ball spills out the back, and it's going to be a 5-meter scrum to the Highlanders. Bad mistake from the Brumbies there. Barry Parkinson winning that contest against Nick Frost. Then the ball spilled loose, and it went over the try line. Dotted down by Henry Stowers. 5-meter scrum, Highlanders now. Big moment coming up in this game for the Highlanders. Can they do this? Otis Murray says, like 2015, the Highlanders was the best. Absolutely. Otis Chiefs was never bad. They just underestimated some teams, which they regret. Crusaders and Chiefs was always such brilliant teams as Achilles. Absolutely. You don't get a bad New Zealand side. Right, scrum feet, 5 meters out from the try line now. It is picked up off the back beautifully by Himeno. Himeno's still going. 2 meters short of the try line now. Can I get this quickly? Aaron Smith, Buddy Parkinson puts his head down and over the try line, but surely it's been held up by Ira Simone. Held up in the tackle there. It's going to be a goal line dropout here for the Brumbies. Great defense from them. And must say that really looked like it was going to go for a try for Buddy Parkinson. But Ira Simone with a brilliant held-up attempt there. That could be a match winner when we go to the end of this game. 25 and a half minutes gone in this first half. And here we go. Again, Himeno now. Up to the 22-meter line he goes. Great little run from Himeno. Now Ethan de Groot, Mitchan. Mitchan loops around, gives it to Nareki. Nareki straightens the line, the offload to Aaron Smith. And it's try time to the Highlanders again. What a try this time. What an angle of the run from Nareki. And that is a brilliant try from the Highlanders. 12 points to 5 with the conversion to come. Brilliant stuff. But the referee is going to look for a possible obstruction there from the Highlanders. So it was the number 5 who straightened the line there was Brian Evans. But I don't think he had any influence on the defender there. Let's just see again. Well, they could argue and say that he interfered with Mitch Hunt. So there could be a possibility that this try will be overturned again. Every time Crusaders lose, the world goes, what? Because it doesn't happen too much. Like the Highlanders beat them. I mean, they do lose often, but not time after time. Right, let's see if this try is going to stand. It was a great run from Nareki, straightening that line. causing a lot of problems. And then that offload to Aaron Smith was a brilliant one as well. Right, so Otis says 10 likes. Come on, guys, press that like button. The try has been awarded, so Mitch Hunt is now going to attempt the conversion from 5 meters out from the left-hand touchline. Can he get this for the Highlanders? Brilliant try from the Highlanders, setting up Aaron Smith for that try. And Nareki, the standout performer there. Right, the kick from Mitch Hunt is a beauty straight through the middle. So 14 points to 5. The Highlanders lead this game. 2 tries to 1 now. Right, Achilles says, Guru, it's sad to admit that there's so many of us South Africans support New Zealand squads and Australian squads. Yeah, unfortunately, it comes with the territory, you know. And I have so many friends that actually support New Zealand rugby, and they all got different reasons for supporting them. But that is a conversation for a next time. Aaron Smith off the back gives it out to Paddy Parkinson, just over the 22-meter line. Now it's been ripped by the Brumbies, and here they come. Scott Seo offload to Nick Frost now. Tom Banks off the back. Advantage to the Brumbies. The ball gets ripped by the Highlanders, but penalty right in the middle of the field for the Brumbies. 28 and a half minutes gone in this game. And, opportunity now for the Brumbies. Will they go for goal or will they go for touch? We'll have to wait and see what Tom Banks is going to go for touch and set up this line out for the Brumbies. So just to get back to that, Achilles, the reason a lot of my friends support the All Blacks is based on some political reasons, but I do get why they decided to support New Zealand rugby. Their parents had an opportunity to play for the Springboks way back in the day, were prevented from doing so because of all the political issues. So they decided just to keep on and supporting New Zealand rugby, and still does today. So that is for some of the reasons. Other ones support New Zealand rugby because they're just a brilliant side and play really attractive rugby. But most of my friends that I know support them for that reason. So the lineup from Lakeland Lonergan, 5 meters out from the try line now, taken by Darcy Swine. Still not going forward really. 30 minutes gone in this first half. Right, so big drive now. Not going anywhere at the moment now. Nick White, off it goes to Era Simone, straightening the line. Not getting anywhere at the moment. Now it's Nick Frost going forward. Still 5 meters out from the try line, going a little bit backwards are the Brumbies now. Nick White, out it goes to Lakeland Lonergan. 5 meters out from the try line. The ball spills out to the Highlanders side again, but a penalty against the Highlanders. Players going off their feet. Billy Harmon being penalized there for that one. We've got 10 minutes left in this first half. Tom Banks now going for touch. Achilles says, yeah, it is for a reason that I don't want to get into now. It's not the time or place, says Achilles. While as South Africans, I support Brazil and Man United soccer. So, yeah, but I do support Bafana when they do play, although they're really crap, Achilles. I always tend to support our local sides when it comes to that. Big Pirate fan and a big Bafana fan. Just a pity that they're so useless. So another lineup 5 meters out from the try line. Good counter shove from the Highlanders. And they've managed to turn this ball over 5 meters out from the try line. But another penalty to the Brumbies. And now the Highlanders need to be very, very careful not to concede a yellow card, because the penalties are heaping up with 8 minutes to go in this first half. Oda says, I'm in New Zealand, so I have to support West Ham. Local side shut down. And then, don't know what the pronunciation is there, but go Highlanders. So Highlanders just attempting to disrupt this Brumbies side at all costs. But it is coming at a cost at the moment. Will they concede a yellow card? Down the line, another 5 meter line out coming for the Brumbies. 8 minutes to go in this first half. Taken by Nick Frost at the back. Now they're going to try and drive this one up for the Brumbies. Going forward very slowly, but Lakeland Lonergan has it at the back of this maul. It's still going forward for the Brumbies now. The backline has joined in Kuzeli and Irasimoni. Still going forward slowly. Now they go over the try line. It's try time for Lakeland Monaghan. And the Brumbies strike back. It is now 14 points to 10 with the conversion to come. Great stuff there from the Brumbies. Just putting the pressure on this Highlanders side. The Highlanders couldn't do anything with that. Better to give away the try than a yellow card. It could concede to even more points later on. Are you a Sharks fan? I am a big Sharks supporter. Oda says, I support since 2016. They're pretty good. But back to rugby, says Achilles. Ashton says, yes, try time. And I don't know how to pronounce this name, guys. Can anybody help me? As I truly don't know how this language works. But he's clearly a big Highlanders fan. So the Brumbies scoring that try, saying no, 7 minutes to go. Kuzeli now with the conversion attempt coming up for the Brumbies. 7 minutes to go. So it's 2 tries apiece. So no bonus point for the Highlanders at the moment. Conversion from Kuzeli. Let's see what happens with this one. This one is curling in. So 14 points to 12 it is with a couple of minutes left in this first half. 6 minutes left before half time. Brumbies 12, Highlanders 14. Achilles says, just pronounce the name as Ching. No, come on, Achilles. But anyway, it's 6 minutes to go in this first half. The Brumbies 12, Highlanders 14. And a deep kick in from him finds McHanson. And now pressure from Himeno on him, but he can't get it up. So Nick White's got it under control now. Alan Aotearoa puts his head down inside their own 22, the Brumbies at the moment. Now Nick White comes back to Kuzeli. Kuzeli with the kick downfield. It's going to find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line inside their own half. 5.5 minutes to go in this first half. Oda says Nano in Google Translate. Go Dixon Nareki. So Nano says go Dixon and Nareki. 2 very good players so far for this Highlanders side in the first half. It's been a brutal encounter. Nobody really taking the advantage in this game. Highlanders with a throw in, finds Barry Parkinson, Aaron Smith, out to Michan, gives it to Scott Gregory, hammered in a tackle by Valentini there and halfway, and it looks like the Brumbies have counteracted this, and here they come. The Brumbies on the attack inside the 10-meter line, inside Highlanders half. What a tackle from Valentini, but the Brumbies give away the penalty, holding on the ground. And Scott Seo, well, big bash up there between the 2 players, Tompkinson and Rory Scott having a go at each other. But that is a game-changing tackle from Valentini on Scott Gregory. Pushing the Highlanders back almost immediately there. But unfortunately, just discipline letting them down. Right, go Dixon, says Nano. 10 likes, let's go. Come on, Otis. You're working your magic with the likes. Penalty to the Highlanders. Roundabout on the 10-meter line inside their own half. Great tackle from Valentini. Comes down to nothing. Kick finds touch. 5 meters out from the 22 now for the Highlanders. 4 minutes to go in this first half. Can the Highlanders find another try before half-time? They need the tries. They need to outscore the Brumbies by 3 tries tonight to get that bonus point going for them. Ash Dixon with a throw into this line-out. Finds Barry Parkinson, Aaron Smith. Now to Michan, out to Gregory again. Tried to bash it up. Good tackle from Kuzeli. Aaron Smith back to Brian Evans, back inside to Nareki. Good defense from the Brumbies, holding them out. Billy Harmon putting his head down now. Aaron Smith again. Gives it out to Tokalai, who drives his way forward now. Aaron Smith again. Gives it out to Himeno. Highlanders slowly finding their way forward at the moment. Just about 10 meters out from the 22 now. Charge from Billy Harmon again. 5 meters out from the 22 now, the Highlanders. Aaron Smith, back it goes to Himeno. Loose ball, spills loose, and it's picked up by the Brumbies. And now Tom Wright on here, counter-attack, over up to the 10-meter line inside Highlanders half, but goes into touch. But we will be coming back for a little knock-on from the Brumbies there. It's going to be scrum down to the Highlanders with 3 minutes to go. Scrum down 5 meters out from the 22. Otis says, yeah, use Google Translate there for that one. What an epic first half this has been. No clear winner. Great counter-attack from the Brumbies this time around, but unfortunately just a little knock-on, preventing them from going on the run there. 2 minutes to go in this first half. It is Aotearoa is receiving attention before we can continue for this game. But we've seen some really good rugby in this first half. We've seen the forwards of the Highlanders, the likes of Himeno, Harmon and Renton really taking it up. Barry Parkinson, Brian Evans being very consistent at lineouts. Tokalai, Ash Dixon and Ethan de Groot standing their men up front in the scrums, doing a good job. And then the only player that I think so far has been a little bit out of his comfort zone so far has been Josh Ioane for this Highlanders side. He's been found out of position on numerous occasions, but hopefully he can perform better. He isn't a known fullback. He's a better flyer for me. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys think Josh Ioane is a fullback or a fly half? Leave it in the comment section. The Brumbies on the other side, Henry Stowers, Rory Scott, Rob Valentini has been really strong runners for the Brumbies in this first half. Aaron Smith to feed the scrum 2 minutes from half time. Another scrum reset coming on now for the Highlanders. So the likes of Rob Valentini, Nick Frost, Darcy Swine, Alan Aotearoa, Lakeland Onagan and Scott Sear has been really solid. And like I said, you can't really see any difference at the moment between these two sides. A very, very, very even game as we go into the last minute and a half of this game. Otis Murray says number 12. So you think Josh Ioane is a better inside centre than Fly-Off, which is very interesting. I do think that Josh Ioane made his debut a few years ago at the inside centre, if I remember correctly, Otis. So I can understand where you're getting from. So let's see, Aaron Smith feeds the scrum again. Solid scrum this time off the back. Controlled by Himeno. Picks it up now. 5 meters out from the 22, a bit isolated. And the penalty advantage, no, little knock on. No, penalty coming for the Highlanders now. It is Rory Scott who got penalized there for the Brumbies, playing, or the player leaving his feet there at ruck time. So now with a minute to go in this first half, the Highlanders can set up another attacking line out. Mitch Hunt is going to find touch. I think it's 5 meters out from the try line. So one last go here before halftime for these guys. Let's see what they can do. Bad mistake there from Rory Scott, giving away that penalty. And under pressure is the Brumbies as we go into the last 20 seconds of this first half. Big moment coming up for them. Can the Highlanders get the try? About 10 meters out from the try line. This line-out will be taken from Ash Dixon. Right, let's see where they go. They go to the back to Brian Evans. Off the back, nicely formed maul. Brumbies are trying to counter maul this again. Doing a good job, and it's been ripped by the Brumbies. Kicked downfield there, and it is not going to find touch into the hands of Nareki, who just puts it into touch. So at halftime, it is 14 points to 12, and the Brumbies have survived late onslaught from the Highlanders. Halftime, Brumbies 12, Highlanders 14. As it stands at the moment, let's quickly go and have a look at the log again. So as it stands, the Highlanders will now move up to 22 points as it stands, which will leave them in first place. The Hurricanes in second. And then the Blues and the Crusaders both still have a game in hand. So it's going to be interesting. They need that bonus point. 3 tries more than the Brumbies. But first of all, they need to try and win this game, as the Brumbies have been really solid so far and looking really hot and really giving this Highlanders team a go. But you should actually expect the Brumbies to win this at home. But because the Highlanders are chasing a final berth, they should be able to get away with a win. Achilles says, tight first half and New Zealand dominating second half. That could be a possibility. But we know for a long time now that the Brumbies have been the Australians' best team in Super Rugby. So I would say, based on the fact that the Brumbies are at home playing decent rugby at the moment, I think we're going to have more of the same in the second half. And a bit of a question mark whether the Highlanders will be able to get that bonus point. But as far as the game's concerned, I think the Highlanders will hold on to a victory in this game. But I will be back in just a few minutes, guys. Quickly going to go and fill up the lungs. But when I do come back, we will be doing the second half. Right, guys, I am back for the second half. As I can see, you guys are looking forward to the second half. So let's just see. Please, Mike Arnica, your mic is off. There should be sound, dude. Right, so yeah, I just quickly went to fill my lungs. Unfortunately, smokers have only opportunity to do it off screen. On screen, we will get penalized. So yeah, we are back for the second half, guys. As you can see, the Highlanders leading by 2 points at the moment. So that will mean that they will be moving up to 22 points should the score stay the same. And it is currently 2 tries apiece. So they need 3 more tries, or 3 tries more than the Brumbies, to get that bonus point, which is not happening at the moment. So we could expect a strong second half from both sides. I think the Highlanders at this point will just be happy to get the win here. I think if they can get the win and the Crusaders as well as the Crusaders more likely not getting another bonus point would mean that the Highlanders will make it to the final, but they do really not want this to be the waiting game. So they'll be coming out firing in the second half, trying to outscore the Brumbies by 3 tries. The Brumbies, on the other hand, has been looking really good so far, solid in defense, good on the attack. So we could see the likes of the Brumbies maybe upsetting the curve here and beating the Highlanders as well, which wouldn't come as a big surprise currently the way they are playing. So expect more of the same. I'm expecting a big battle from both sides in the second half. We've seen some really good rugby in this game, and it would be really surprising if one team runs away with this game. Otis Murray, can you show broadcast, or did you already get told off? So I did it last year with Super Rugby Aotearoa, the start of that, Otis, and I got banned for 3 months from live streaming, and I can really not afford this, as this is the only real form of income that I get from YouTube is with this live streams. But again, it's not a lot, so if I could have shown the broadcast, it would have been really good, but it's not going to work out. Achilles says, if the second half ends like Reds Hurricanes, I'm going to nuke Australian Joe. Laugh out loud. Yeah, no, Australia have been really solid in the first halves from all the franchises, but in the second half, they tend to disappear. So let's hope that this is not going to be the case today as well, because we would like to see the Australian side come up with a good counter-attack here today. So news out of South Africa is that the Stormers-Lions game have been called off as well, for those of you who don't know it. So the dead rubber game between the Lions and the Stormers have been called off due to COVID-19 protocols. So we will still have the Sharks and the Bulls game. Otis says, okay, I got broadcast anyway. Yeah, so unfortunately there, Otis, I can't do that. I can't afford to miss out. Gilly says, yeah, unfortunately no live streams are allowed to show the game. Otherwise, they would be, yeah, like you say there, Achilles. But it would have been fun. No, definitely. If it wasn't so bloody expensive to get the rights to broadcasting, I would have paid to do it. But I don't have an arm and a leg, and I'm not a millionaire. So unfortunately, I can't get that footage for you guys. It would have been fun, though. Maybe one day, who knows, I can do some commentary work for Super Sport. Who knows? Maybe I can throw out my CV after a couple of months of doing live commentary on YouTube. Achilles says, people can upload full games afterward. There's a channel that uploads full games. There is, Achilles. I know there is, but I don't know how to get away with it, because if you're not an authorized company that are allowed to put it on, like Rugby Pass, maybe Super Rugby Channel, those sort of, I've seen plenty of channels do it, but they just disappear after a couple of months. They get suspended after they get picked up by YouTube. So it does take a while to get picked up, but eventually they do lose their channels in the process. I actually had it the other day, so I was doing, all of you guys know my gaming channel. So my channel got ticked off yesterday when I woke up. It was taken down due to spam and what was the other reason? Because I upload content that is fake. So I contacted YouTube and asked them how the hell can uploading a Cricket 19 game between Australia and Sri Lanka be fake, as I clearly state in the headline that it is Cricket 19. So luckily they put it back, and my gaming channel is still very much alive. So they are full of nonsense when it comes to these sort of stuff. Otis Murray says, imagine Guru having the broadcast. What's it called? I don't know. It would probably still be the Rugby Guru streaming. Achilles says, Guru, I believe they asked permission. There is a channel that's been doing it for years. I'll show you the channel name. All right, that would be cool. But I'm sure that they do pay a certain amount of money, maybe. But who knows? Ruben asking, how's it going? It's going really well, Ruben. We're getting ready for the second half as the teams now run back onto the field. It is the Brumbies 12, the Highlanders 14. And it should be a cracking second half. We expect more of the same as the first half. So it should be a really interesting contest. Achilles says, maybe it's Supersport's own channel. Yeah, maybe it's one of the people that working for Supersport that has put it on his own channel, like the case with, what's his name? What's the guy, the rugby dude? I just can't get to his name right now. For some reason, I've forgotten his name. Let me quickly have a look if I can find his name. That really sucks. How can I forget his name? I am also subscribed to his channel, but I can't find him. Switch Rugby. So Switch Rugby worked for the BBC and uploaded some content, but a kickoff has been taken by the Highlanders now. Kick downfield by the Brumbies and into the hands of Joshuani up to the 10-meter line inside Brumbies half now. An opportunity here for them. Can they find a way through this Brumbies defense now? Aaron Smith on the 10-meter line. Himeno out, it goes to Collins. Back to Ioane again over the 10-meter line they go. Aaron Smith. Now Ash Dixon puts his head down. Little box kick over the top from Aaron Smith. Finds Tom Banks inside his 22. Now goes down. Ruck has been formed. Nick White with his hands on the ball. Inside his 22 now. Nick White slowly getting this out for them. Now it goes down to Alan Aotearoa. Puts his head down. Still inside the 22 of the Brumbies now. Nick White waiting for the ball. Gives it out to Ikitoa, who puts it to the boot. And he's not going to find plenty of touch. 5 meters out from the 22 of the Brumbies now. The Highlanders with a chance to attack. Switch Rugby, yes. Achilles says that's the channel, Guru, one of the channels. So, yeah, he does work for the BBC, I think it is, Achilles. So that's why he's got the rights to put those videos on as well. Right, so it is now thrown for Ash Dixon. 5 meters out from the 22 for the Highlanders. Overthrown into the hands of Paddy Parkinson. Over the 22 they go. Aaron Smith waiting for this. Now Renton bashes his way forward. Good tackle from Stowers. Now comes Scott Seo. Oh, not Scott Seo. Tompkinson, though. Aaron Smith, Ash Dixon, Mitch Hunt. Now space opens up for them. But held up very well there by the Brumbies. Still outside the 22 now. Mitch Hunt. With a little dab through Narek. Oh, Narek, he nearly got that. And it's Tom Banks who comes away with the ball. Great try-saving take there from Tom Banks. 5 meters out from their own try line. Nick White now going to kick this over the top and puts it into touch. Roundabout between, well, about 5 meters out from the 22. Player down at the moment for the Highlanders is Nareki, receiving some attention. 3 minutes into the second half. So, an early onslaught here from the Highlanders. Can they find a way over the Brumbies defensive line at the moment, which is pretty strong at the moment? 3 minutes into the second half. They do have another line out, 5 meters out from the 22. Ash Dixon to throw this in again. Let's see if he can find his jumpers this time around. It is going to go to the back to Brian Evans. Now Aaron Smith. It is Mitch Hunt with a little kick over the top again. Pressure on the Brumbies. It spills loose. And this could be try time. No, just not there for Josh Ioane as it goes over the try line or the dead ball line. It's going to be a 5 meter scrum to the Highlanders now. Clever little kick over the top, putting the pressure on Mac Hansen, knocking that ball backwards. Josh Ioane tried to dive on it, but just couldn't get there. Now 5 meter scrum to the Highlanders. Big opportunity now for them to score the first points of the second half. Mac Hansen crumbling under pressure there for the Brumbies. Right, first scrum of the second half belonging to the Highlanders. Can they get a big scrum here? Aaron Smith to feed this. So 3 tries required from the Highlanders to the Brumbies 0 if they want to get the bonus point here in the second half. That is a bit of a big ask. But if there's somebody who can do it, New Zealand franchises can. Aaron Smith waiting for the ball at the back of the scrum now. Pick can go from him. Gets it out to Mitch Hunt. Steps inside. So close to the try line. 1 meter out now. Aaron Smith gives it out to Ash Dixon. Good defense from the Brumbies. 2 meters out from their own try line. Aaron Smith. And there's a little knock. Well, not the knock on from Ethan de Groot. It just goes backwards to Ioane now. They've lost plenty of ground as the Highlanders now 10 meters out. Aaron Smith waiting for the ball. Gives it out to Himeno. Himeno drives his way up. About 6 meters out from the try line. Now Renton. Renton a little bit isolated and nearly stolen by Stowers, but we're coming back for a penalty. 5 meters out the try line for the Highlanders. About 15 meters out from the right-hand touchline. A chance now for the Highlanders again. And I think they will go for another scrum down here. Yes, they will. So scrum down to the Highlanders. 5 minutes into the second half. Otis Murray says, you should do a coach career mode with the Highlanders. Probably could do that. We can look at it at some stage. Otis Achilles says, be right back, Guru. I'll be away for about 5 minutes. Got to go outside for transport on my way to work now. All right. So enjoy your work session, Achilles. Unfortunately, some have to work on a weekend and others don't. So I was in that position for many years, having to work on weekends, which really sucked. Right, scrum feed to Highlanders, 5 meters out. Now Aaron Smith waiting for this ball to come out. He's going to try and snipe on his own. Over the try line he goes. Did he get it down? Yes, he did. And it's try time to the Highlanders, right under the post. So I think I will add the conversion already. So 21 points to 12. The Highlanders now lead the Brumbies after 6 minutes in the second half. Ruben Meyer says, ek hou nie van jou trainee. Oh, come on, Ruben. Don't be like that, man. I support all the South African teams, but my favorite one, and definitely my team, is the Sharks. But I do support the Bulls, Stormers, Lions, everybody when they're playing against overseas or other franchises. Conversion goes over, so 7 minutes gone. In the second half, it's 21 to 12. The Highlanders lead here. Otis says, is it Friday in South Africa? Yes, it is. It is around 1 p.m. now here in South Africa. Try time Aaron Smith, and the second of the night. Leading this Highlanders side on their brigade to the final of Super Rugby Trans-Tasman. They need 2 more tries if they want to get that bonus point and prevent, obviously, the Brumbies from getting any more tries in this game. The restart taken by Nareki gives it out to Himeno on the 22-meter line. Inside Highlanders half now, Aaron Smith. Buddy Parkinson puts his head down. Good drive from him, 5 meters out from the 22 now. Aaron Smith goes back to Mitch Hunt. Mitch Hunt is going to put this straight down the middle of the field. Will there be a chase from them into the hands of Tom Banks? Now Kuzeli on halfway. Makes a couple of meters before he gets brought down. Now Alan Aotearoa. Here's a chance for the big forwards to drive it through. Nick Frost. Over the halfway line they go now. Opportunity out wide here if they move it quickly. Now Henry Stowers puts his head down up to the 10-meter line. He goes. Need to go wide from here. Tom Banks. Now it goes to Kuzeli. Kuzeli throws the dummy. Gets nearly through the middle of that gap. Over the 10-meter line. Now Tom Banks again. This is looking much better from the Brumbies now. 6 phases. Puts the head down as Darcy Swan. Well, it's not Darcy Swan. It's Rory Scott. Now it's taken forward by Nick Frost again. Oh, that doesn't look good for him. He goes down injured. And did he knock it on? No, he didn't. Nick White again. Now there's a spill at the back here. It's picked up here by Tompkinson. Tries the offload, but knocks it on in the process as well. But we're coming back for an earlier knock-on from the Highlanders. Roundabout on a 10-meter line inside the Brumbies half. Exciting play here from the Brumbies for a minute there. But unfortunately, not working out for them on that occasion. Albert Twitter says, don't worry, Guru, you look good in a sharp top. Thank you, Albert. Then Ruben, ja, go for the Lions, so, or it's Mark Dog. Yeah, we can do some shit some now and then, says Ruben. But this Lions side, I must say, is looking really, really good for the young talent that they've got. But then again, if you guys haven't heard yet, the game between the Stormers and the Lions have been cancelled due to COVID-19 protocols for tomorrow. So the dead rubber is not taking place anymore. So we will be looking at that big game between the Sharks and the Bulls at 7 o'clock SA time tomorrow. Meantime, we're going to have a scrum down to the Brumbies. I think it is around about 10 meters out from the 22 of the Highlanders. Scrum feet for Nick White now. Can they do something with this? Is the Brumbies. Aiden Johnson now replacing Ethan de Groot, who's had a really good game for the Highlanders. Big scrum from the Highlanders and a free kick to them, winning that scrum against the Brumbies there. Quickly taken by Aaron Smith, puts it to the boot, and that's going to go directly into touch. So a bad mistake from Aaron Smith there, being a little bit over-eager there. Puts it straight into touch. It's going to be a line-out to the Brumbies, but they take it quickly, and in return, it's been stolen by the Highlanders. And now Gregory from inside his own 22 is going to have a run. Straightens the line beautifully up to the 10-meter line. Knocks it on, though, and a chance now for the Brumbies to come on the attack again. But the Highlanders got that ball back, so we are going to come down for a scrum on a 10-meter line inside Highlanders half, Brumbies ball. So a lot of over-eagerness from both sides at the moment. Ruben says, oh no. So he clearly didn't know about the match that got cancelled. So I was planning on doing that game tomorrow as well. So instead we will be doing, I think it's the Bristol semi-final. I just have to go and see exactly who's playing tomorrow at that same time, because I did see that I wouldn't have been able to do both games. So let's quickly, while we wait for the reset in the scrum, to see which game we're going to do instead tomorrow. I know that there will be a semi-final of the English Gallagher Premiership as well. So let's quickly have a look there. It is going to be Exeter versus Sale Sharks then that we will be doing tomorrow in the place of the Stormers versus Lions game. Right, so a penalty against the Brumbies from that scrum and a chance for the Highlanders to maybe get going again. Wilhelm the Good, hi, how are you? I'm good, thank you, Wilhelm. It's been a great game to watch tonight. Or today. It's nighttime in Canberra, though. It's a free kick to the Highlanders, and it's been kicked downfield by Mitch Hunt, collected by Tom Banks now, just outside his own 22. He's going to have a run, breaks through the defense. Here comes the Brumbies, up to halfway, needs to get the offload to Nick White. Up to the 10-meter line goes the Brumbies, but they knock it on. And now counter-attack opportunity for the Highlanders. It is Mitch Hunt who kicks it downfield for them. Not the greatest of kicks. Finds Tom right on the 10-meter line. Now he's going to have a run past to Valentini, and Valentini has knocked that ball on, unfortunately. Scrum down to the Highlanders on roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Brumbies half. Very sloppy from both sides. We've had 12 and a half minutes gone in the second half. Ruben asking, how old are you? I'm 33 years old today. Not today, but I am 33 years old, Ruben. Wilhelm says, I hope the Sharks win against the Bulls. So, yeah, let's see if the Highlanders can come away with something from this. It's been very sloppy in the second half so far. Rob Valentini had a very good first half, but really making some dreadful mistakes here in the second half so far. Scrum down to the Highlanders, roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Brumbies half. 13 and a half minutes gone in the second half. Right. Scrum feed to Aaron Smith there. Ruben asks, oh, okay, you're still young. Yeah, no, still very young in heart. Still a long way to go before you can call me Opa. Right, scrum feed is good. And there's a wheel in that scrum. And let's see who's going to go away with the scrum here. It has wheeled over the 180 degrees, or the 360. So it's going to be another scrum down to the Highlanders. 14 minutes into the second half. Right. As the standings are now, the Highlanders will be leading the lock with 22 points, but the Blues and the Crusaders can overtake them if they win their games tomorrow. Ruben says, good vibes, good vibes. Right. So far, nobody really standing out in the second half. Apart from that try by Aaron Smith in the start of the second half, it's been a pretty sloppy game so far. Right, scrum feed to Aaron Smith now. Can the Highlanders break free from the Brumbies today? Off the back, Aaron Smith, out it goes to Mitch Hunt. Looped around as Nareki gets the offload to Josh Ioane. Space opens up here, but a very bad pass from Ioane out to Tompkinson, but he's done brilliantly over the 22-meter line. He goes around about 15 meters out from the try line. Now Aaron Smith, Mitch Hunt, Buddy Parkinson puts his head down. 10 meters out from the try line, the Highlanders now. Mitch Hunt again gives it out to Ash Dixon. Man and ball from Ikitoa. And we are going to come back for a penalty to the Highlanders in the middle of the field inside the 22 of the Brumbies. And surely they've got to go for touch again. Ruben Meyer says, I miss my school, rugby. Yeah, absolutely myself. I've been playing a little bit of club rugby for my home team. But I've had an absence, well, I played, let's see, the first 4 years out of school. Then took a break for about 5 years. Then tried to make a comeback. Then left it again, then made another comeback, and then COVID-19 struck. So I've been out for another 2 years now already. And at 33, I don't think I'm going to make another comeback. It gets harder, but with time, because you're trying to keep up with the young guys, 18, 19 years old, and it's just not possible. Achilles says, I'm back now. So Achilles, your worst nightmare might be coming true as there's a 5-meter line up to the Highlanders now. 5 meters out from the Brumbies try line. Ruben says, you're a good commentator. Thank you so much, Ruben. Appreciate that. Line out thrown in beautifully by Brian Evans. Now off the back, Billy Harmon. Billy Harmon is going to score the try that puts the Highlanders in a very good position now. And the scoreline now 26-12 with a conversion to come. Right, looks like the Brumbies are crumbling away here in the second half. Second try to the Highlanders in the second half. Billy Harmon, the former Crusader, could seal the fate of the Crusaders. Who knows? Great try from the Highlanders by the former Crusader, Billy Harmon. Ruben Meyer says, age is not for sissies. No, it's not, Ruben. Although I still, like I say, I consider myself still very young, but when it comes to playing rugby, it's just not that easy. Achilles says, I knew this was going to be a Reds versus Hurricanes repeat. So most of these games, out of 22 games now in Super Rugby Trans-Tasman, Australia has managed won 2 games. So, yeah. Achilles asking, Guru, are you in your 30s now? Yes, I'm 33 years old, Achilles. So still young at heart, but unfortunately, I think I'm a little bit too old to still play rugby. Still trying, but very hard to keep up with the youngsters. Conversion attempt from Mitch Hunt now is going to go to the right of the post. So scoreline stays 26 points to 12 with 22 minutes to go in this game. The Highlanders need another try to secure that bonus point that they so desperately need at the moment. And then obviously, if they do manage to get it, it's going to come down to point differential. The restart taken by Scott Gregory for the Highlanders. Aaron Smith off the back gives it out to Coltman. 5 meters out from his own 22 now. Aaron Smith gives it back to Mitch Hunt. Quick pass to Nareki. Charged down by the Brumbies. And this could be try time. No, it's not. It is going to come back for a little knock on from the Brumbies, though. With 11 and a half minutes to go in the second half, or 21 and a half minutes to go in the second half. It is a really bad thing that just happened there. So close to getting that try, the Brumbies, but just unfortunately not getting there. Achilles says, well, Wilhelm, will you still do sevens in Rugby Chance 4? Yes, I will at some stage. I am planning on doing a World Series. But because I got it on a PC, I need to look at it and do it there. But with all the problems my PC has been giving me, I just don't know if we're going to be able to finish it before it crashes again. But we'll see how it goes. Right, then Achilles says, I knew it. You're still young. Absolutely, Achilles. I drive over 200 kilometers. Yeah, I know. That's better. We'd rather drive over 200 kilometers. I think that's the better way to do it. Sam Gilbert now on for Jonah Nareki with 21 minutes to go in this game. It's not looking good for the Brumbies. Right, scrum feed to the Highlanders. Runabout on the 10-meter line inside their own half now. Can they get a good scrum with this one? Scrum feed is good from Aaron Smith, but a good counter scrum from the Brumbies, but it comes back to Mitch Hunt now. Kicks it downfield, straight down the middle into the hands of Tom Banks. Gives it out to Solomon Kato, who's on the field as well. He's going to straighten the line over the 10-meter line. He goes. Ryan Lonergan also onto the field now, and Pasitoa for the Brumbies. Now Ryan Lonergan, out it goes to the replacement hooker, who is Billy Pollard. Right, they need to try and get this ball out as the Brumbies now just inside their own half, around about on the 10-meter line. Good defense from the Highlanders, just keeping them out. Now Ryan Lonergan, out it goes to Scott Sear on the 10-meter line. Good defense from Liam Coltman on him there. Waiting for the ball is Ryan Lonergan. Lonergan, out it goes to Stowers. Driven back in a tackle by Himeno and Renton. Coming back slowly now for Ryan Lonergan. Out it goes to Scott Sear again, puts his head down. Still roundabout on the 10-meter line inside their own half. Now Pasitoa with a kick. High-hanging kick from him. Taken by Mitch Hunt. Out it goes to Josh Ioane. He puts it to the boot, trying to find space at the back. Not going to find it into the hands. It goes off Tom Banks, but a penalty to the Highlanders there. I think the player got taken out. So another opportunity now for the Highlanders. Highlanders starting to be as good as they used to be, says Achilles. Absolutely. They've had a really good season so far. Not the greatest of Super Rugby Aotearoa, but definitely a very good Super Rugby Trans-Tasman. Penalty on the 10-meter line inside Brumbies half now. And Mitch Hunt is going to try and find touch here and maybe come up with something really good for them. So the Wallaby squad announcement will be on Sunday, 1:30 p.m. And I think that is Australian time. So that will be around about what? 5-ish. No, let's see. 8 a.m. around about 12 o'clock my time. So add another 5 hours onto that would leave you around about 5 a.m. South African time on Sunday morning. We will get to know who the Wallaby squad will be. Achilles says, they're getting their form back at their pace. Yes. So 10 meters out now, the Highlanders on the attack again. Coltman off the back. Puts his head down, 10 meters out. Let's see if they can score another try. Aaron Smith. Out it goes to Himeno. 5 meters out from the try line. Now it's the Highlanders. Aaron Smith offloads it to Michael Collins, who came in at pace there. Driven back in the tackle. Now a chance here for Aiden Johnson. 5 meters out now. Here they come. Big drive here from the Highlanders. Nearly there. 2 meters out now. Aaron Smith with the ball in hand. Now gives it out to Aiden Johnson. Mitch Hunt out to Scott Gregory. Still 5 meters out now. Liam Coltman. Coltman so close. 2 meters out. Now Aaron Smith gives it to Tompkinson, who dives over for the try. And that is the bonus point try that the Highlanders were seeking. 31 points to 12. And the Highlanders, as it stands, is looking to secure a place in unbelievable stuff. Achilles says, Ruben, hopefully they can keep that form and keep the Crusaders on their toes. Well, I'm telling you, if this is going to go as it's at the moment, let's quickly pull up that lock real quickly again and see how the situation stands at the moment. Right, so we got it there. The Highlanders, if they win it, goes up to 23 points. And then the Crusaders could also end on 23 points. But the point differential is already at 11 points. With this scoreline at the moment, putting it at almost a 30-point game that the Crusaders will have to win it against the Rebels tomorrow. And that is going to be a big ask from the Crusaders. But if there's one team that can do it, it will be that Crusaders side. Ruben says, yeah, Omar, I don't really watch overseas rugby, just watch South African rugby. So I also used to be like that, just watching local rugby. But a few years ago, I started watching all the rugby. And I must say, it's really I'm really enjoying watching all the sorts of rugby, especially seeing how we mark up against these guys. So the conversion from the Highlanders is good as well. So 33 to 12 it is. Bonus points secured at the moment. And still plenty of time. 15 minutes left in this game. My voice is starting to make funny noises. Right, 15 minutes to go. Let's drink a little bit of bull. Just clear that throat up for that last 15 and a half minutes. Restart by the Brumbies. Taken in by, who's the replacement there? Sam Gilbert, who finds touch roundabout on a 10-meter line inside Highlanders territory. Line out coming for the Brumbies. Will they be able to fight their way back into this game? I doubt it. Highly unlikely. But can they prevent the Highlanders from that bonus point? Throw in, stolen by the Highlanders off the back. And here they come again. This time it is Josh Hoshnak who drives it up for the Highlanders. Aaron Smith, Mitch Hunt, steps Ryan Lonergan, puts it to the boot now. Chases on now. Kata's got it for the Brumbies. He's going to try and straighten the line for them. Runabout on their own 10-meter line. Here comes the Brumbies now. Space opening up. Pasitoa taking it up to the 10-meter line. And a penalty to the Highlanders again. Holding on the ground. Himeno winning that penalty for the Highlanders. And another opportunity to go for touch and really put this game out there for the Crusaders. Ruben Meyer says, Red Bull gives you wings. Smitty Toilet Sub-Road couldn't help but notice how highly documented New Zealand is up north. But I support South Africa. Like all rugby, says Achilles as well. Yeah, Smitty, it is. They're very highly documented in up north. and it would be really cool to see maybe a World League competition or club competition in the future, because I do believe that is the only way we're going to truly see this New Zealand dominance being taken. I don't think the Trans-Tasman is the answer for New Zealand and Australia, because let's be realistic. Look at the scoreline. It's just impossible for the Australians to keep up with the New Zealand teams. So line out on the 22-meter line now. Aaron Smith, off he goes to Michan. Gregory or Sam Gilbert took it up, gave it out to Tompkinson, just inside the 22 now. Waiting for the ball is Aaron Smith. Honek puts his head down just inside the 22 now of the Brumbies. Now Aaron Smith gets it off to Himeno again. They just need to be patient as the Highlanders at the moment. Taken in Brian Evans. Now Mitch Hunt loops around. Is Michael Collins caught behind the advantage line there. Not really making any ground. Now Aaron Smith. Out it goes to Honek again, just outside the 22 now. Quick recycle ball. Out it goes to Billy Harmon. Takes it up to the 22, but penalty for holding on. And it is Rory Scott who won that penalty for the Brumbies. Smitty Toilet says Eddie Jones pretty much exposed him. Now he's looking to crack more secrets by working with Bodie in Suntory. Yeah, who knows? I did hear about that story, Smitty Toilet, and there was quite a bit of slack given to Eddie Jones for his involvement with the Suntory Sun Goliaths there. So, but yeah, what do you guys think of the England squad announcement yesterday? Nobody from all the semi-finalist teams have not been selected for that side, and a lot of newcomers in that England squad as well. So Luke Reimer now replaces Henry Stowers, who had a pretty decent game for the Brumbies, but just not good enough. Line up now to the Brumbies, just outside the 22 of the Highlanders. It's been snatched by the Highlanders again and kicked downfield into the hands of Solomon Kata. Now a chance for Tom Banks, just outside his own 22, kicks it downfield and is going to find touch. A beautiful touch finder as well. Or was that? Yeah, that was just outside his 22. So they're coming back all the way for a lineup just outside of 22, I think it is, of the Brumbies now. 11 minutes to go in this game. Smitty Toilet says it's just the way New Zealand view rugby. Fast operating skill, elusiveness, all things stored through touch footy, which every New Zealand and AU kid played. Would love to see South Africa get into league. Those big boys would own it. Game of physicality. Absolutely agree with you there. And now it is from the lineup. The throw-in is not straight. And it's going to be a scrum down to the Brumbies. 5 meters out from the 22 of the Brumbies. So I don't really know why rugby league hasn't really taken enough interest in South Africa, because like American football as well as rugby league, I would have thought the big boys from South Africa would have done really well in that sort of competitions as well. But for some reason, it just never took off, and we've stuck to rugby union for most of our lives. And that's probably one of the reasons why rugby union has, or the other sports haven't really been uplifted in SA, is because union has dominated the rugby world in South Africa most of the years. Right, so the scrum goes down. James Lenke's on now for Hugh Renton as well. A big scrum from the Highlanders. Can they put more pressure on the Brumbies with 10 minutes to go in this game? 33 points to 12. The Brumbies or the Highlanders have secured the bonus points so far. Albert Tritter says Australia needed domestic competition similar to the Currie Cup to become more competitive. Too big step up between club rugby and Super Rugby. Yeah, I don't know what is going on with Australian rugby. I think it's because it's the fifth or the sixth most important sport in Australia. Penalty now to the Brumbies as they get the scrum penalty there. But yeah, I think it's because it's not such a popular game in Australia. Rugby league has really dominated, and then Aussie rules as well in Australia. So I think that most top players prefer to play rugby league or even Aussie rules. So you can understand cricket ahead of rugby as well. So plenty of sports, and especially Olympics as well, getting the preferred attention above rugby union in Australia. So for that reason, that is why New Zealand live and breathe rugby union. Right, so now the Brumbies off the back of that line out, gives it out to Ikitoa. Chance now for the Brumbies to maybe spoil the Highlanders party here. Up to the 10-meter line, inside Highlanders half now. Tom Banks with the inside pass. Now it comes out to the number 19 replacement, which is Luke Reimer. Now they work it downfield, little kick, and that's going to roll over, 5 meters out from the try line, it seems. So defensive line out coming up for the Highlanders now. Right, with 8 minutes to go, can the Brumbies spoil the Highlanders party here? They are currently leading by 21 points, so add that to the 11 already. It's going to leave the Crusaders to win by 33 points or more in the game against the Rebels. Now the Highlanders trying to run this from their own try line. It is Aidan Johnson taking it up for them. Can they get this back quickly now? Aaron Smith waiting, now gives it out to, was that Mitch Hunt who kicked that downfield? And he's not going to find too much distance with that. But a penalty to the Highlanders. The Brumbies offside at the ruck there. So a chance for them to relieve the pressure again. Albert says, I live in Perth, and yes, rugby is very small here. Still, Australia used to be a powerhouse of world rugby. Something needs to be done. So it's just true, Albert. But if you look way back in the day, rugby union was very popular in Australia and would have probably been the second or third most popular sport that time. But for some reason, it's lost interest. Rugby has gone and lost a lot of interest with the way the game has been played at the moment. All the new rules, stop and start, all that sort of stuff contributing to it not being a powerhouse sport in Australia anymore. But yeah, something needs to be done, and hopefully they got some plans. I know that they said getting the next World Cup in Australia is the only tool for survival for Australian Rugby Union. Right, so the Brumbies now got possession inside their own half, run about 10 meters out from their own 22 now. Ryan Lonergan gives it out to replacement Tom Hooper for the Brumbies. Coming back for Ryan Lonergan, Pasitoa, out it goes to Ira Simone. Now a run here from Tom Banks, still from 5 meters out from their own 22. The Highlanders defense holding really well at the moment. Now Ira Simone, out it goes to Tom Hooper again. Now Ryan Lonergan waiting for it at the back. Now Kata bashing his way up through the middle. Ryan Lonergan again. Pasitoa throws a little dummy, but nobody's falling for that. But we're coming back for a penalty to the Brumbies. No clear releasing from the Highlanders. And with 5.5 minutes to go, a chance for the Brumbies to set up an attacking lineup. Ruben says rugby is big in South Africa. Absolutely. It's probably the second most popular game in South Africa next to soccer. And the reason that we are really popular is because we are actually winning our games, unlike Bafana. But I think soccer would have been really, really good if the team didn't fare so badly. But credit to the Springboks. And another line-out steal this time from the Highlanders, just suffocating the Brumbies at all costs. And now Gregory puts this to the boot, straight down the middle into the hands of Tom Banks. Sam Gilbert tried to make the tackle. Oh, Tom Banks running straight through them now. Irasamonia over halfway, still going on the 10-meter line now. Neat quick ball now as the Brumbies. Ryan Lonergan goes on his own, gives it out to Pasitoa. Poor pass from him, but they do get this back. A little knock on from the Highlanders. Now they come on the attack as the Brumbies inside the 22. Will they really spoil the Highlanders party tonight? It comes back now. An attacking opportunity now. Pasitoa out to Tom Wright. Just outside the 22 now. Valentini with the offload to Ikitoa. Over the 22-meter line they go again. About 15 meters out now from the try line. Good run here. It is Eda Simone. Out it goes to Nick Frost. Offloads to Valentini. Ball spills loose out the back, but a penalty to the Brumbies, and now they can set up that line-out, which could break the hearts of the Highlanders team here today. 4 minutes to go in this game, and a chance for them to kick this into touch. Right, will we see a big moment? There could be even a yellow card now to the Highlanders, as it could have been a professional foul knocking that ball down, but the referee having none of that. So instead, it's just going to be a line out to the Brumbies. 5 meters out from the try line, 3.5 minutes to go. 3.5 minutes could give the Highlanders a ticket to the final, but they could also lose it in this last 2 minutes or 3 minutes of the game. Throwing now from the Brumbies. Can they find a jump as Billy Pollard? He gets Nick Frost, but it's been overthrown, and Billy Harmon goes on the run over the 22 for the Highlanders. Great stuff from the Highlanders. They're contesting that line out. And now Aaron Smith, out it goes to Mitch Hunt. He's going to put it downfield, and the Brumbies having to go all the way back now. That ball is bouncing all the way to the 5-meter line of the Brumbies. Now Tom Banks is going to try and counter-attack here again. Good tackle this time from Gilbert. Now the Brumbies have one last opportunity. Nick Frost running there up to the 10-meter line. Cut that scrum off for the Brumbies. He's going to try and work his way up to halfway. Ryan Lonergan now. Out it goes to the big forwards of the Brumbies now, just inside their own half. Ryan Lonergan, Tom Wright. Tom Wright trying to break through the defense, but good defense from the Highlanders. And it looks like they've stolen it on the ground as well. Aaron Smith now's got possession. Under pressure, Mitch Hunt now inside their own half. The ball spills back again to the Highlanders side. It is Coltman who takes it up and brings a little bit of rest for the Highlanders here inside their own half. 2 minutes to go. Aaron Smith at the back of that ruck controlling it. He's going to go to the air. It is Tompkinson who's chasing after this. Tom Banks is underneath it. Good take from him. 5 meters out from his own 22 now. It is taken forward by Rory Scott for the Brumbies now. Epic last minutes in this game. Comes back to Pasitoa. Now finds Tom Wright. Tom Wright is going to kick this downfield and into the hands of Joshuani. Joshuani is going to have a run here up to halfway. Needs support now. Not held in the tackle. Goes again up to the 10-meter line now inside Brumbies half. Aaron Smith with another box kick over the top, but not getting the distance at all. And who's going to want this? It's back to the Highlander side, but penalty to the Brumbies, offside from the kick. And that could be a last opportunity now for the Brumbies to disrupt this Highlanders side with a minute to go in this game. Albert Tritter said, driving more. Come on, Brumbies. Well, they missed the opportunity with the overthrown in that lineup, but they now have a last chance with about 40 seconds left in this game. A lineup inside the 22 of the Highlanders. Big moments coming up. Kane Hamilton replacing Aaron Smith for this last 40 seconds. Could that be the difference between winning that box kick from Aaron Smith, while he should have just held on to the ball inside the half of the Brumbies? Line out taken by Nick Frost. Now Ryan Lonergan. Pasitoa gives it to Rob Valentini. Drives it up like he's done plenty of times this season. Now Ryan Lonergan to Tom Banks. They're about 15 meters out from the try line as the Brumbies now. Can they steal this bonus point from the Highlanders? Little kick ahead and into touch it goes. Whose line out is this going to be? Did Mitch Hunt touch that ball or not? But it looks like it might be another penalty for the Brumbies. Let's just see here. Great run from Valentini there. Just smashed it up for them. And then from there, it is going to be now a line out to the Highlanders. It's overthrown. Big charge from Valentini on Himeno. The hooter goes in the background. They just need to kick this out now. They will do it. Mitch Hunt puts it into touch. And a victory for the Highlanders by 33 points to 12 here. What a victory for the Highlanders. Absolutely brilliant from them. And they just about sealed their place in the final. And the only way they can lose it now, we'll have a look at it very quickly. Albert Tritter says, thank you very much, crew. Take care. Enjoy your weekend. says Albert. So let me see if I can get an updated log here for us real quickly before I do leave, because I want to see exactly what needs to be done now by the Crusaders. Right. No, it's not been updated just yet. So I will have to work with the previous one that I've got. So let's quickly go and have a look at that. Let's go and look at the window real quickly. So what's going to happen now is the Highlanders go up to 23 points with a point differential of 21 points in this game and 11 points leading. So a 32-point lead over the Crusaders. So the Crusaders will have to win by 33 points, get the bonus point against the Rebels tomorrow, which is going to be massive. It's going to be absolutely massive to see whether they'll be able to get that. And then, of course, the Blues will have to get that bonus point win as well if they want to secure their place. So still a lot of up for grabs in this competition. We will be back tomorrow for those games against the Rebels and the Crusaders and the Blues and the Western Force. And if there's one team that could upset everybody here, it could be the Western Force, maybe. But until next time, guys, this is the Rugby Guru. Hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, cheers for now.